Welcome back, everyone. It's been revealed that up to 57% of teenagers have at least one friend they met online. The research comes as most parents admit they're out of touch with how their teens use social media.
But our next guest is a child therapist who says there are 5 simple ways to get families into better networking habits. Claire Orange from Best Programs for Kids join us now. Claire, great to have you with me.
Good morning.
That's 57%. Now, for me and other parents out there, I would find that very concerning about the wrong type of friends they're making online. So why are they making so many friends online?
Well, you know, any child born after 1998 has never lived without the net. You and I did growing up. So we have 2 worlds. Our children have one. They have an online world and an offline world, just the one. And they don't treat it as 2 separate places, one set of values, and it's their first language. So for them to make a friend online is the same as making a friend in real time.
Right.
It's exactly the same.
So for those of us sort of born pre-internet, a lot of us think that cyber friendships are unhealthy, but you say there are benefits.
Of course there's benefits. You know, we've got children who are fluent in that social world online, and they're learning about global citizenship. They're learning about friends in other countries.
Right.
It's also, I think it's socially safe. You know, I've always said to my boys, 3 things is good: friends at school, friends in a sports club, and friends somewhere else, because I don't know what your teen years were like, but my friendships weren't always smooth sailing.
Sure.
And it's nice to dip into another barrel of friendships, I think, for our kids.
Yes,
But
yeah.
you've got to have boundaries, right? And so, you know, you advise parents to teach kids to cyber think, rule of thumb. What is that? What is the cyber thinking?
Right. So if you're going to be online with your children, which is wise, what we should do is the T is for thoughtful. Is it thoughtful? H is for helpful. Is it helpful? I, is it inclusive? N, is it necessary? I mean, how many cheesecakes can you see in a day? Is it necessary on Facebook? And K, is it kind? Most of our children are hardwired for kindness and empathy.
Yeah.
So let's teach that. Put that up where your children are sitting and get them to use that to govern their online friendships early while they're young.
And Claire, you recommend that parents self-educate, so just talk us through that.
Yes, well, any of us who have children would know that there's apps that pop up every day for our kids, so there's all sorts of things that our children are communicating online with. So you don't have to know all of them as a parent, but know the default security settings. Educate yourself. So go on and find about Snapchat, Instagram, Tumblr, all the things that children are on. You don't have to be a master of any, you just have to have knowledge of all. And
Claire, just before you go, because we're almost out of time, but you said something to us in the ad break that I wanted to touch on. That was, you said it to me, it's like, get online with your kid now and go through stuff with them. Be on social media with them as a family.
Absolutely. And the earlier you do it, you know, try and wrangle a teen. That's tough. You know, when you tell a teen what to do, they already know how the world works and they don't want to know you. So do it with a 7-year-old and an 8-year-old. By the time they're 12, 13, 14, you've laid the foundation. It just makes sense. It's their reality. So there's no point saying keep them off. Get them on and teach them well.
Great
All right,
advice.
Claire.
Thank you, Claire.
Thanks,
Thanks
Claire.
for your time today. Coming